Hey everybody, happy Halloween. I hope you're all doing well. Colleen Patrick-Goudreau here. I just put out a post on my website, colleenpatrickgoudreau.com, about how I'm trying to rectify my reputation here in my neighborhood. This neighborhood is very active at Halloween. There are apparently people who come from other neighborhoods to trick-or-treat on our street, which I have to say, when I first heard that, kind of weirded me out, because of course where I grew up back in New Jersey, in the time I grew up, we all just trick-or-treated without our parents when we got older, obviously. And we just stayed in our neighborhood. Like, we didn't drive anywhere to go anywhere else unless it was a Halloween party. So when I heard that people kind of drive into this neighborhood, it's kind of weird, but people do. So it's a very active Halloween trick-or-treating area. And not a lot of people come to our house, because if they can just get their treats from houses that are just right on the street, of course they're going to do that. But the older kids, as it gets darker, do tend to climb the 100 steps up to our house. So we're 100 steps up. And last year, I was down below, down on the street with all of our friends, because Halloween is when we had our party last year. It was on a Saturday night. So we were all down below, we were all in our costumes, and we were giving out treats to the kids. And I heard some kids who were passing by look up at the house and said, he said, "Oh my God, that house, I totally climbed all those steps last year, and all I got was a lousy lollipop." And I was standing right there, and I was like, "Excuse me." I'm standing right here, I can hear you. But it made me determined to change my reputation, because people were like, yeah, if they're gonna climb the 100 steps, you should give them something better. So I made chocolate cupcakes, and I put them in little bags, little gift bags, and made little Halloween cupcakes, chocolate with orange frosting. This is buttercream frosting. Of course, the recipe is in the Joy of Vegan Baking. And then I had some haystacks left over from our party on Saturday night. It's like chocolate covered pretzels our friend Ellen made. Thank you, Ellen. And I just stuck those on top. So they look like little, I don't know, tree bark, worms if you want to be ghoulish, and putting in the bag. Now, one thing we do every Halloween is, because a lot of us do live up on, kind of have steps up to our house, we all tend to, in this part of the street, we all tend to kind of meet down at the street, and they order pizza, and everybody brings wine and treats. My husband's coming home. Hello, trick or treat! Oh, there's a cupcake, but don't eat it, cause for the kids. Look at my cupcakes. I'm doing a live broadcast. My husband just arrived home early, so we can go down and go hang out with our neighbors, and trick-or-treat. But it's getting dark, and yeah, like the brave kids, the older kids, are the ones who tend to come up to the house for the treats. So this year, now that I've baked these cupcakes, I'm sure nobody will come, but I thought I would just give it a try. And I want to be the house where kids are passing by and go like, "I went up to that house last year and I got the most amazing treats." So that's my aspiration. That's my aspiration. I always have really good ideas, like on the day of, but that doesn't cut it. In fact, I just went downstairs to go find our masks from last year. Oh, I should put my mask on. I was going to put my mask on. And when I went down there, I actually found the candy from last year, and I brought it up just in case we run out. We need dum-dums. Little lollipops. And double bum. No, not double bum. Double something. What is it? Double gum. Double mint. David! What's the name of that gum? Double. What is it? Double something. Double. Happy Halloween, Carla. Happy Halloween, Kathleen, and everybody. I'm sure you're all out trick-or-treating, and I'd love to know how your trick-or-treating is going. And of course, I invited you on the blog post to, excuse me, cat, to tell me what you are giving out for Halloween this year. Thank you, Dave. Not double bum. Double trouble. Double bubble. No, it's double bubble. Yeah, okay, Dave, you said double bubble, and I saw double trouble. I really haven't had any wine. Double bubble. Thank you, everybody. I don't need you, David. I don't need you now. Oh my God, there's two cats over there. Can you see both of them? Because Michko is on the ottoman below Charlie, and I just looked back and saw her little head popping out. The good news is the rain has held off. I was hoping it would rain because I do love the rain, but it was going to obviously hinder everyone's trick-or-treating. So the rain has held off, but it's a beautiful, cold, chilly, perfect autumn night, perfect for trick-or-treating. And I hope it's the same for you in your neighborhood. Bello! He's gone. So, hi Saskia. Didn't I just write back to you, Saskia? Are you the one who asked me about the bourbon, the chocolate bourbon cake? I don't know if you guys saw the video that I posted right before our guests arrived for our party on Saturday night, but I showed you all the food, and I do have photos, but I had completely messed up the chocolate bourbon cake that I made for David's, thanks Dora, for David's birthday cake. And what happened was I forgot to put the vinegar in, because the vinegar reacts with the baking soda to create the rise, and I had forgotten to put the vinegar in, so there was no acid to stimulate and activate the baking soda. So it just kind of collapsed in on itself, and it was a bloody mess by the time I got it out of the oven, and it just crumbled. So I didn't want to waste this cake because it tasted delicious. There was a lot of bourbon in it. You got to put a lot of bourbon in if you really want to get the taste, because if you're kind of meek about it, you won't taste the bourbon, and then what's the point? So there was a lot of bourbon, so much that I couldn't even eat the batter because it was a lot of bourbon. But the cake was a mess, but I made cake balls instead. So I took all of the crumbles, I formed them into little cake balls, put them in the refrigerator for at least 15 minutes, but I think they were in there for a couple hours. Is what I would recommend. And then I coated them with a chocolate ganache. And so then I had cake balls, and the cake balls were a huge hit. And in fact, then I made just a regular chocolate cake, a double bundt cake from the Joy of Vegan Baking. And that was actually not as good. It was not as good as the chocolate bourbon balls. So that's what you do to recover. Yeah, there's Charlie there just showing off. He wants to show off because if there's a party, Charlie is involved. Our party Saturday night got rowdy, not really, but enough that we're all like gathered in the living room. There was 10 of us sitting at the couches. He's right in the middle of it all. He wants to be right there. He's a party cat. So what did I see? I saw Kathleen posted. Okay, I've got a couple of things. Christine, what do you think of the trick of giving out Brussels sprouts covered in chocolate? Not so nice. Some people do that. Brussels sprouts covered in chocolate. No, I don't think that's nice. Because then people are just going to hate you and hate Brussels sprouts. So, what's the point? I haven't heard that. That's crazy. Kathleen says, no vegan chocolates. When I was a kid, I was told to eat not to eat unwrapped items. Hope the kids enjoy those. Look, if we don't get anybody taking these cupcakes, and, there are a lot of neighbors who do trick or treat on the street, even though people carpool in, apparently, they'll know that they're from here, because what happens is the parents usually stand at the bottom on the sidewalk and they don't go up the stairs. The kids go up the stairs, but the parents don't. Come on, adults, what's your problem? If in the next half hour nobody comes up to get my cupcakes, I'm just going to bring them down to our friends on the street, and then all of our neighbors will have the cupcakes, because I ain't leaving them in the house, that's for sure, because they're just going to wind up in my belly. I think those are bats. I love this time of day. Bats just flew from over there. Saskia, yes, well, I answered your question. There you go. Thank you, Dora. They are pretty cute. Katie photobomb indeed. And yes, lots of bourbon. And you're very sweet, Melanie. Yeah, that's Charlie. And Meech goes right behind him. You can't see him. Bourbon makes everything better. It does. It really does. Although, actually, you can see some bourbon right there. How do I point my finger there? Wait. There, right there. That's bourbon. David prefers bourbon. I prefer scotch. Are you handing out candy tonight? What kind did you give out? Brooke, well, I have some organic lollipops, which apparently I've been criticized for by the children in the neighborhood. So I made cupcakes. So that I can make up for my bad reputation. Hey, get my mask for me. I put them on the table there. Would you get my mask? The one from last year. And I put one out for you so we can walk down with the mask And then what else? Michiko, is Michiko behind the whiskey? No, you can't. I don't think Michiko's on the ottoman, right? Oh, this is.
She's in her bed.
Oh, she's in her little bed. Yeah. I have to hold this if I want to actually put it on because I'd have to tie it. I know the kitties are adorable. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful Halloween. Are there nuts in what? What? Yeah, so the cupcake is, you probably can't hear me with the mask on. The cupcake is in the Joy of Vegan Baking. It's the chocolate cake recipe from the Joy of Vegan Baking, and then it's the buttercream icing, and I had orange food gel that I put in to make it orange. I have not, Kathleen. I swear to God, I haven't had any wine. This is just me, natural. This is my natural craziness. This was my costume last year. I had this mask on with a big, beautiful cape. And yeah, it was pretty cool. I like this mask. I will. You're adorable, everybody. Okay. Go check out the video from Saturday. You can see all the food we made for the party. Go check out the pictures if you want, because things got just crazy. I was dressed as Diane Fossey. That was my costume this year, but I've got nothing to show you except the gorillas if you want to see my stuffed gorillas. It's not inappropriate, is it? Melanie, awesome. I have to buy a new copy because the binding broke and it's fallen apart from using it so much. I love that. Thank you. You know what I did with my books? My cookbooks, like my actual cookbooks, the ones that I wrote. Look at Charlie. He's so cute. You can go to Kinko's or any store like that, any print store, and you can get them spiral bound. So it's really awesome because, especially with cookbooks where you open them a lot and you want to hold them open, get them spiral bound. It costs like $5 to do, and it's awesome. Your books will last a lot longer. I know, he's so cute. Look at that, Christine. Charlie, you being cute. He's so awesome. He's so awesome, as is Diane Fossey. All right, everybody, I'm gonna go feed my husband, and then I have it like this so that you can see Charlie. I'm gonna go feed my husband, and then we're gonna go down and join our friends. No trick-or-treaters have come yet, so I'm not that hopeful. But we have cupcakes for our neighbors. Annie said, "You are the loveliest. My elementary students today got organic lollipops from me." That's what I have. I have organic lollipops, and if they complain, poo. Hopefully they only complained after leaving the classroom. Well, I didn't hear anybody complain until I heard them last year complaining about the year before. Rude, but they didn't know I could hear them. Is it possible to buy signed books? Yes, Christine, you can go to ColleenPatrick-Goudreau.com, go to the shop, and you can see which books are available for signing, and I will send them myself, sign them, and then send them off myself. So you can do that. Thank you, Dora. Have a wonderful night. Charlie is leaving us. Where'd he go? He's leaving us. And I'm going to leave you as well. Happy Halloween. Ciao. Bye, everybody. Thank you.